Hey everyone, Kayaker 22 here. Just picked up my chef salad and ready to go to work. Had a nice 3-hour plus workout at the fitness center today. Taking a week off. My wife and I help out with a Via de Cristo. It's a Christian leadership program in Upper Wisconsin. We had a great time. Always enjoy seeing the new people going through. We sponsored somebody this time and she did great. She rocked it. So I took a week off, which I love. However, and I'm sure that any athlete will agree with me, at least for people of my age, I'm 57. If I take more than 3 days off, it's like starting over again. So, last week was my start over. I still managed to get my time in, but I could tell that there was a difference. If I shut that and turn on some air. It's actually mid-60s here today. Fantastic. So yeah, last week was let's get my stuff back together and see what I can get back on track. I really pushed cardio and boy, my lungs burn like hell. I did a lot of walking at camp, but it wasn't, I got a lot of steps in, but it wasn't high intensity. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of endurance. Walk half the day and lift some stuff and unload a trailer, which is great. I still got a workout, but it wasn't like I'm running on a treadmill or sitting on a rowing machine and cranking out 6,500 meters in 30 minutes, which for me is really good. So today was actually starting part 2 of my workout. I touched base with my personal trainer and we talked about some stretching exercises that I can do in and out of my kayak. The idea for me on this trip, and I've got it all in my head, part of these long distance trips, along with any long distance event, whether you're cycling, whether you're doing a marathon, a lot of it is up here. And I've been doing this for 6 years now, so I know the ins and outs. However, I've never done it twice in a day. It's different. Once it's 22 to 24 miles, twice it's going to be 44 to 48 miles. So it's a mental toughness as well as physical. So being in this boat, I'm going to take 2 breaks for each turn. If I have to take more, so be it. But the idea is to take 2, no more. And one, a short break, you use the bathroom, grab some protein, make sure I'm hydrated. The second one, a little bit longer. You know, stretch outside the kayak. Take time for a meal, like peanuts, a banana, an apple. You know, I got to keep my calories up. I'm going to see if my wife can make me some protein bars. You know, all natural. She's into the natural stuff. She's really good at that, so see if she can make me a bunch of those, like with oatmeal and peanut butter, that type of thing. Today, I was tired. Even though I got enough sleep, I started my workout an hour earlier because I had to go and do some shopping. That hour made a difference. I was able to get my 3+ hours in, but one of the events that I really like to push for strengthening is pull-ups, and I do add weights to it. I'm never going to go for my max again because I did injure myself, and I vowed never to do that again. I did do 75 pounds plus my body weight, which I weighed in at 168 today, and I did it 5 times. I did 3, then I did 1. And my body's like, hey, you better knock this off. So I started listening to my body. The last thing I want to do is injure myself, because I got an ego which creates stupidity. So I knocked it off, and I didn't do any more weighted pull-ups. I just did body weight. And then there's different ways of working your lats, which we can talk about. My strength today, which I really felt good about, was the hydraulic machines. And if any of you are familiar with the hydraulics machines, they're generally used for rehab. And if you got a shoulder injury, if you got ab injuries, whatever, it's great because it's resistance. But I like it for training too, for kayaking. So I do, it's like a push-up. I do a lot of push-ups, and I do dumbbells and all that. But this is resistance for pushing and pulling. So I'll start out at 5, the max is 6. And I can do that, and I don't go for cardio. I've already done my cardio. I've run in place. I've done the rowing machine. This is just nice, steady motion. Forward and back, forward and back. And there's different positions. Pardon me. I'll try to get a description of one. Pardon me. So you can go high, you can go low, you can go this way. And you're using different muscles, and you concentrate on those muscles. You concentrate on the squeeze of your hand, because there's you're going to get a lot of grip strength. You're pushing and pulling a paddle for thousands of times when you're out there. And when you got a wind resistance, you really got to crank it hard. So I want that strength. I want that pulling right here too. So I did it for 15 minutes, which I like to do longer, but to incorporate everything I wanted to within this 3-hour workout, it couldn't be any longer than 15. So you start out at 5, and then you bump it up to 6. And I do one-handed too. So it's not just this, it's like this too, and you're really pulling back, pushing forward, and squeezing the lats and everything, every muscle you can think of, your chest muscles, your pecs, and you're doing all the different positions on each arm when you're doing one-handed. So I did that for 15 minutes. I felt awesome, really felt strong. And then I went over. They've also got another hydraulic machine. You can work everything on these hydraulics machines. HFA is fantastic. They got them all set up. So it's pull and push up and pull down. Again, you're working your lats, you're working your back, you're working your shoulder, and I did that for 15 minutes. And then I did the battle roll. And of course I worked everything else. I did dumbbells, curls, I did forearm exercises of different types, tons of sit-ups today. I worked on twisting my body and pulling down, because that's the exercise I'm going to have when I'm pulling that paddle down. I worked my tries. I like to work right up on here. And I didn't quite feel like I worked them enough today, but I know I worked them. You get to a point, and this, I don't want to sound like I'm getting a big head, because I'm not. But you guys and men and women that do these long distance events, you can verify this. Your body gets to a point where you don't feel it, but you know you're working, and that's a good thing. So that's what I did today. And so when I'm home on Wednesday and I do my workout on Wednesday, that's when I really feel, because I had more weight to it, and I'm not doing as long as a workout. I'm cutting that workout an hour, maybe even an hour and a half, essentially. I got to get more sleep on Wednesdays, so that's why I do my workout from home. And I don't have all the equipment. I do use bands. I got cat litter, these plastic cat litter boxes. Got them filled up with sand. They're 63 pounds each, and that's what I use for my shoulders and my tries and everything, my forearms when I'm pulling up. I do a lot of that work. I'll show you a picture of it. That's my grandkids' room when they stay over too, so it's kind of messy. And then I do the bands at home too. So yeah, today was a good workout. I did the stretching today too. June showed me some stretching, so I know what I got to do inside the kayak as well as out, and I hate stretching. I'm not a limber person. I stretch my calves a lot because that's the first thing to lock up on me When I'm tired, when I'm just, my body's saying, you're coming to the end of this. So I keep those stretched constantly. So yeah, today I felt good. I'm not as happy as I normally am, but you know what, it was a good workout for me being tired. For you people that aren't totally into this or just starting out, and I said this on my first video, you do what your body is telling you it can do, not what your brain is telling you, because my brain tells me I can do more, which sometimes that's good, but you got to know when to stop. My ego, maybe that's the part of the brain that's telling me, yeah, I do more, and then that's when I injure myself. And I've injured myself numerous times. And for a guy my age, or even a woman, you know, for people my age, I'll rephrase that, for people my age that are in their mid-50s, and even late 40s, start feeling it, or older, it's harder to recover. It's a bitch to recover. So just be aware of that. When I train, and I'm not a personal trainer, and I've said this in the beginning, I do not take money. People want to train with me, that's great. Or they want my advice. It's free. You know, I want to do this to help people. I watch them. And I'm going to be able to tell when they've had enough. That first training session, I never go full out. I never want them to get injured, unless I never want them to get injured. If I know that they work out, but they want more, I can push them. And I'm going to know how much to push them. So that's what I do. My wife, God love her, she does not train with me, because I do push hard. I train military style. That's the way I do it. And that's what works out for me, is military style. Because I am. Still, a lot of me is still military. You know, you spend 13 years, it don't go away. And that's what gets me through these kayak trips. And the last thing I want to say, this is not about me. This is about this guy right here. And people like him. Daniel Summers, Sergeant, United States Army, committed suicide in 2013. Got this bracelet, and that's the guy I remember. And people like him. Men and women. That the spoils of war gets to the best of them, and the demons take over and they take their lives. I'm a Christian, and I'm a firm believer that he is in heaven. That people like him are in heaven. It says in the Bible, suicide is the greatest sin. But if you're my belief, and you can disagree with me if you want, just please be respectful. Don't comment if it's going to be negative. I don't want to hear that. Or delete your comment if it's going to be negative. If a demon takes you and it forces you to commit suicide, these wonderful heroes, then I still believe that they're in heaven. And God loves them, because I love them. And I think about him, and I think about Daniel, and his family, his wife, his mom and dad, his brothers and sisters. He's my brother. All veterans are great brothers and sisters. And this is who I'm doing it for. And it's not only for the military, it's for this wonderful law enforcement. I got friends of mine that are in the law enforcement. And EMTs and the fire and the nurses that one of my dearest friends, my sister, just love her to death. She got her nursing degree when she was in her 50s. And I'm so proud of her. And she sees a lot of shit. She's trauma wonders. So, you know, it's not just about the military, it's about everyone that sees the horrors each and every day. Anyway, I got my salad. I gotta go get some veggies and get back on my diet, because I had a cheap weekend and it was a bad one. So, thanks for watching. Appreciate your support. Keep those that face the horrors every day and don't think that they can live on and take their lives. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. God love you. So do I. Thanks for watching.